لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله. Now, inshallah al-Aziz, gather your thoughts, your mind and your hearts and visualize the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala high up in the sky. And the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is illuminating, white in color, beautifully illuminated in the sky. And light is coming down from the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, striking us and hitting us into our heads, and is entering our head, illuminating our minds, our hearts, spreading all of our body. I want you to breathe in, enable that light to come through, fill us up, and then when you breathe out, imagine all your worries, all your sins, all darkness, all your anxieties are now being blown away, coming out of your mouth, and you're releasing it. It's away from you. So as you breathe in, the light is coming in from the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, filling you up all the way to your tips of your toes, tips of your fingers. And then as you breathe out, imagine that all darkness within you, all your problems, all your anxieties is expiating, is coming out from the mouth. So breathe in the light, the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and breathe out the darkness. Let go of all your tensions, all your worries, all your anxieties. Let it all go. Get rid of all your baggages. Prepare yourself for transferring to the spiritual world. Now, think the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, visualize, see that the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is beautifully illuminated in the sky and it's red in color. And light, red light, Noor, beautiful Noor is coming down from the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and it's going down, and as we breathe in, it's going to go through our nose, and it's going to go all the way down to the red Latifa, the red spiritual center, which is below the navel. And as you breathe out, imagine that it's cleansing the Latifa, it's opening and activating the Latifa, and it's coming through the back. Darkness of the Latifa is coming out through the back. So breathe in through the nose, the red light is going down all the way, striking the red Latifa, which is below the navel. And then, as you breathe out, imagine it's hitting, activating, cleansing the Latifa, and the light is coming out through the back. So do this, refresh. Name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is red in color. Light is coming down from the name of Allah, red light, red Noor. And as you breathe in through the nose, going all the way down to the red Latifa, hitting it, activating it, cleansing it. And as you breathe out, the light is coming out from the back. Now, think that visualize the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala And the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is high above the sky, and the beautiful name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is orange in color. And this beautiful orange light is coming out from the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And as you breathe in, it's going through the nose, and it's going all the way down, hitting the orange latifa, which is on your navel, your belly button, and then hits the orange latifa, cleanses it, opening up, activating it, and as you breathe out, the light comes off from the back. So the name of Allah is orange in color. Noor is coming down, orange light is coming down from the name of Allah. As you breathe in, goes to the nose, goes all the way down to the orange latifa, which is based on the navel, and as you breathe out, it's activating, cleansing the latifa, and it comes out to the back. Try to bring that focus back if your focus goes up. Pay attention to don't pay attention to any of the distractions. Try and focus, and really try to connect and visualize. Imagine that the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, visualize the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is in orange color. Beautiful name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is in yellow color. And light from the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is coming, like this yellow light is coming down. And as you breathe in, goes through the nose, and it hits the yellow latifa, which is in the stomach area, above the navel, stomach area. It hits it, cleanses it, activates the latifa, and as you breathe out, it exits from the back. So the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is yellow in color, light is coming down as you breathe in to the nose, goes all the way down to the yellow latifa, and then as you breathe out, light is exiting from the back. Again, try to remain focused as much as you can, don't fight it. This is just shaitan, just actually trying to distract us. Now visualize the name of Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala is in beautiful green color, illuminating the sky. And from the beautiful name of Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, this green light is coming down. And as we breathe in, it goes through our nose, and it goes all the way down to the green latifa which is based in our chest, hits the latifa, cleanses it, and then as we breathe out, it exits from the back. So the name, beautiful name of Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala is in green color. Light, green light is coming down, nur is coming down from the name of Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. As we breathe in, it goes through our nose, and it goes all the way down, hits the green latifa which is in our chest, activating it, cleansing it. As we breathe out, light exits from the back. Now I want to visualize, see that the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is light blue, and that this beautiful light blue color is coming down, and as we breathe in, it goes through the nose and it goes to the light blue latifa, which is based in our throat. It hits it, strikes it, energizes it, cleanses it. As we breathe out, light exits from the back. So the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is light blue in color. The beautiful light or light blue comes from down. As we breathe in, it goes through our nose, and then as we breathe out, it's going to go and hit the latifa. As we breathe out, it exits from the back of the latifa. Now try to visualize and see the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is in indigo dark blue color, high above in the sky, beautifully illuminated. And this indigo color, Noor, is coming down from the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And this time as you breathe, it goes directly to the dark blue latifa, indigo latifa, which is on our forehead, goes directly to our forehead, strikes it as we breathe in, and as we breathe out, it's activating the Latifa, cleansing the Latifa, and it exits from the back of the head, back of the forehead. So the dark blue light is coming from the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It comes all the way down as you breathe in and hits the Latifa as you breathe in directly, and then as you breathe out, it exits from the back of the forehead. I want you to really focus on this one. Really try your best to focus on this. All the time remembering Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Don't forget the presence of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That He is here with you. With all His sifat and qualities. He is seeing us. He is hearing us. Now, imagine that the name of Allah, visualize the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is beautifully white, luminous white in color. And now, white light, as you breathe in, white light is actually coming from the beautiful name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. As you breathe in, it's going to hit the white Latifa, which is above the head. The crown Latifa is above the head. And as you breathe out, striking it, cleansing it, and exiting from the back. So breathe in the white light directly to the white Latifa, which is above the head. It activates it, cleanses it, and as you breathe out, it exits from the back. Now we're going to the preparation to transfer. Imagine the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is bright illuminated in white in color, and as you breathe in, the light comes from the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from the head, hitting the crown Latifa, hitting all the Latifas all the way down to the red Latifa. As you breathe out, the light goes back up again. As you breathe in, it comes back from the head to all the way to the red Latifa. As you breathe out, it's going all the way back up. It's activating. It's fluorescing. It's actually mesmerizing. It's really, really activating the Latifas, cleansing it, and the same process. It's all being cleansed, but now it's fully activating in and out. As you breathe in, the light. As you breathe out, imagine this light is now look like a rainbow color. Up and down. It's activating all the Latifas up and down. And it's filling you up, and as if your body is getting bigger and bigger, and it's slowly your body is starting to disappear. Now your body is slowly disappearing. You're just left with the Latifas, the spiritual centers, your breath and your spirit. Now what we're going to be doing is slowly the Latifa will be going out one by one. The red Latifa is going now, disappears. Now the orange, the yellow, the green, the light blue, the dark blue, the white Latifa, all the Latifas have disappeared. Now all that's remaining is your breath and your spirit. At this moment in time, what I want you to do is create your spiritual body, visualize your spiritual body in front of you, and then once you are ready, you are going to now breathe in. The golden breath we call this. Breathe in the spirit to the spiritual body, and then this is the process of transfer. When you take that breath, you're going to then try and find Sheikh Ahmed Abba, our master, and then inshallah follow whatever they say. So get yourself ready for the golden breath. Form your spiritual bodies. Try to visualize that. And when you're ready, blow your spirit to the spiritual body. As you blow, we're now all gathering together. We are in front of Sheikh Mutabar. They stood there smiling. Now they're sitting down because we are like babies all over grabbing Sheikh Mutabar. Some of them like babies, we're grabbing and clinging to them, so because of the weight they sat down. Some of us are sat on their lap, some of us are climbing their shoulders, some of us are on their arms, and some of us are sat in front of them in semicircle. Some of you are weeping and crying. Imagine now they are illuminating light, flares of light, white light is come from them and hitting us. It's as if that we don't have strength and power to actually go. And they are now giving us special light of flares to enable us to walk, to enable us to follow Him, follow them. So the light is hitting from the blessed body and hitting us. As it's hitting us, they get up, we get up, and we then follow them. It's like a path, white path, and it's leading all the way to the mazar of Sayyidina Abdul Aziz al-Dabbagh, rahimahullah, in Fez, Morocco. It's like a path of light. We're all walking, some of us are walking beside like little toddlers, beside Shaykh al-Dabbagh. Some of us are behind and we're walking towards the mazar. We are now outside the mazar of Sayyidina Abdul Aziz al-Dabbagh, rahimahullah. It's a nice, beautiful, sunny day. We're outside. There's a little bit of shade which is coming because of the shadow which the sun is hitting the mazar. And we're in this shade on the side, on the corner, near the door. And we all take our shoes off. Shaykh al-Dabbagh takes their shoes off. And they stood in front of the door of Sayyidina Abdul Aziz Dabbagh, and we are stood in a semicircle in front of the behind them. Shaykh al-Dabbagh is giving salam and saying, "Oh my master, O Sayyid Abdul Aziz Dabbagh, open the door to us. Allow us to enter." The door opens. We see the mazar, the grave of Sayyidina Abdul Aziz Dabbagh in front. As the door opens, Shaykh al-Dabbagh then goes and sits near the grave, gives their salam, and now, one by one, we are ordered to give salam to Sayyidina Abdul Aziz al-Dabbagh. So give your salam to them. And one by one, we are told to sit in the mazar. The sister are sitting on the opposite side. Now Shaykh al-Dabbagh is telling us to open your hearts and show humbleness to Sayyidina Abdul Aziz Dabbagh, rahimahullah, to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and show your neediness, that you need guidance, you need hidayah, that we are weak, that we cannot travel anywhere, and we need their help, their affairs, and that we know nothing and we are nothing. As if we're all crying and weeping, showing our helplessness towards Sayyidina Abdul Aziz Dabbagh, rahimahullah. Now Sayyidina Abdul Aziz Dabbagh, rahimahullah, is appearing on top of his grave. He is distributing fares to us. He is now grabbing the hand of Sheikh Mutabar. They grab the left hand, and as if we're forming a chain, and we grab the right hand. One of us are grabbing the right hand of Sayyidina Ahmad Dabar, and as if we formed a chain, and fairs is coming through this. As if we've been enlightened more and more, more and more. Shaykh Abdulaziz Dabar rahmallah is saying the key, the access to the spiritual world is my Ahmad. Just as he demonstrated and showed to you how you should be towards one's guide, he was showing humility, humbleness towards his master. You should show humility and humbleness towards your master. Submit, follow his instructions. You shall indeed be guided, and you'll achieve success. Now we're seeing the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala above the mazar. It's as if the roof of the mazar is opened. The roof of the mazar of Sayyidina Abdul Jabbar is opened, and light is pouring down from the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Such a beautiful white light. It's like a merciful light showering and hitting us. As it hits us, it's such a sweet, soft feeling, such ease, such comfort, such bliss that we're feeling through that light. As if it's cleansing even further our spirits, and it's illuminating us. Our hearts now are vibrating and yearning with the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And to this, Shaykh Ahmad Dabar is saying, giving us and telling us we should return now. So slowly, what I want you to do is give your salam to Shaykh Ahmad Dabar and Sayyidina Abdulaziz Dabar, and slowly take permission from them, that if you may take permission and leave, and bring yourself back to your body, bring your consciousness back, and when you're ready, slowly open your eyes, then inshallah as you may stop. Subhanakallah wa bihamdik, ashhadu la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Now is your turn to actually now see how the exercise was. So you should give your feedback now one by one. How exactly you felt? What was your experience?
Bismillah. Yeah, I was fine. From the Lataif, I think I had trouble in the first one, the red one. When I tried to imagine it red, like it was coming as multicolored. The same Lataif was, but it had all the colors in the single one. But that was only for like a few seconds. But after that, all the other ones were fine. And
transfer-wise, how did you transfer?
I felt like I did, but at the same time, it does feel like you're imagining it, but I just let it go.
Yeah, this is important. We keep on saying this, is that what we'll find is that newcomers, what they'll do is that, well, I don't know, I think I imagine this and I imagine... No, let us decipher that. You don't need to worry about it. You just actually carry on.
Okay, yeah.
And don't let this thought or imagination, am I imagining, and then you stop. The spirit is very, very sensitive. It's a subtle thing. And these sort of thoughts can actually hinder it from actually moving. So you don't, one rule is that don't judge for yourself. You just relate what you experience in your soul. Let the teachers do that and the ustads do that. They will tell you what is what and what you need to worry and focus on. Okay, so exactly what you did is that don't pay attention to that. You just go with the flow. As it's going, go with the flow, and then inshallah you'll have that experience even better. So what was the experience when you were saying that you transferred? Did you find Shaykh Ahmad Abba?
Yeah. I saw him sitting down on the, like where this brother is, like on that angle.
Right.
And from there, I think before it was in like you could see it's like on Earth or somewhere. But after that, the room kind of disappeared, and it was like you're in the middle of the sky somewhere.
Right.
And I think these kind of things I wasn't really thinking. They kind of just came in.
Right. This is indication it wasn't you. So this is really is that you transferred, and yes, that is right. You're seeing correct. That's fine. And what happened after that?
And then after that, we went to the Mizar of Abdul Aziz the Bag. I'm still on the left-hand side, just slightly behind him. And then we walk up the steps, and then and then everyone followed like a semicircle. And I was imagining them all being like children behind him. And then Hazrat Sabi put his hand up when you mentioned that he was asking permission for the door to open. And then the door was kind of illuminated, that opened. He went inside. Everyone kind of followed on, but then he kind of went inside the grave.
Right.
So he kind of disappeared for a few seconds.
Okay.
And then later on, Hazrat Sahib and Abdul Aziz Dabag, they both came out together. But I couldn't really... I tried to see the face of Abdul Aziz Dabag, but I could see a lot of different faces. But the body was like just a light. And then I could see... Before that, I was just imagining... I wasn't imagining that way.
Try to not use the word imagining. Use the word what you're seeing. Don't know, because that will then enter, and everybody else start doing this. So before that, what?
So I was seeing the name of Allah in the sky. I wasn't seeing the room that we're in. But when you mentioned that the roof is now opened, that's when I started seeing that we're in a room inside the mizar, and then the doors opened. The roof is kind of opened, and the name of Allah is pretty, not really high up, but just where the roof's open, it's just there, and the fairs is coming, and it's like rain, but really, really slow, and as it touches any part of your body, just that particular point, kind of just, it's like light is coming out of that.
MashaAllah. MashaAllah, that's very good. Just one element that I will say that, when you're saying, I couldn't see the face of Sayyidina Abdul and you say different faces, is that really if you focus on Shaykh Madabar, then you will see the face of Sayyidina Abdul. The secret here, the Shaykh, one's master guide, is like a mirror. It's cleansing your fat. It's like he's cleansing your mirror in clarity, that you'll see clearly other things. So the more that you focus on Shaykh Madabar, the clearer you'll be able to see other things as well, other mashayikhs. And it's also giving, when you see in different faces, that try to actually be one with one shaykh. And then you'll actually be able to see Sayyidina Abdul clearly as well. That's the message they were giving, is that submission to Shaykh Madabar. Shaykh Madabar was demonstrating to us how we should behave and conduct ourselves, how should be our state when we're in front of our teacher, our guide, like they presented and showed themselves in front of their own teacher. That's how we should be. Helplessness, submissiveness, that's how we should be towards our own teacher. So that's the secret of submitting and showing helplessness, that I don't know anything, I am nothing. And then you'll see how you benefit spiritually. The affairs will come and benefit you. Okay.
Yeah, just one more point. I think,
go ahead.
Just when the dark blue Lataif, the indigo one, came, before that I was just seeing the nur coming from the name, just like straight. But on that one, the more I tried to imagine it coming straight down, it was coming in like a anti-clockwise coil, just like kind of spiraling down and then coming in.
That is not an issue, that's not a problem, that's fine, inshallah.
Yeah, that's fine, Jazakallah.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I felt not like this, but I felt the cleansing. And that's as far as I went. Then I just heard your voice, your guidance. But I stopped on the cleansing.
What do you mean you stopped?
I can just hear your voice, but I couldn't go any further.
Right. What point were you, when you say
cleansing, the breathing, all the Lataif, cleansed.
You did all of them.
I feel cleansed, but beyond that, I just couldn't.
Right.
I couldn't transfer.
When you're saying you felt the cleansing, were you able to see the light coming and then going?
Yes.
You were able to do all that.
Yes.
Inshallah, that means it just needs practice, really.
When you was guiding the transfer, I didn't see that.
Right. Okay. This is not an ajib matter. It's just that it's very new to you, and you just need to practice it a bit more. Hopefully, after 2-3 sessions, you'll be able to get to that process and overcome that hurdle.
Inshallah.
But also, make sure one aspect that we all told you to do is that do Salat al-Hajat before. Pray 2 rakats nafil of Salat al-Hajat, and also do Tawbah. Have you all done Tawbah? Make sure you do sincere Tawbah, or the sins that we commit with the organs of the body, the mind and heart, and really, really beseech Allah to open you. That is, one is that, for example, our state, and one is the fadl of Allah. And fadl of Allah has no limits. So rely on the fadl of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Inshallah, this is good. The fact that you're able to see it means that you are experiencing, you are actually tasting. Now we need you just to go to the next step of transfer and then guide you towards that. So alhamdulillah, it's good. MashaAllah, it's still good. We just need to work a little bit more. You just need to be more practice. You'll be more in tune of doing this properly. Okay?
Yes. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I could definitely feel the cleansing, especially when we got to the green Lataif. From that point onwards, I couldn't feel my body. I felt there was like during the, like I described during the Muraqabah dua, where my body let go.
Right.
I could make out the colours. It's like switching between where I could sometimes see the name of Allah, where sometimes couldn't see it. Well, sometimes could, sometimes couldn't. In terms of picturing the body, it's that I could see each. As we progress, I could see each.
Okay.
Lataif. But it was like as if the body is there and I'm looking from outside.
Yeah, this is
Do you understand what I mean?
Yes, that's fine.
When you talked about the transfer, I could see figures, like not proper, fully made, but like
Figure of yourself or a figure of the mashayikh or the teacher?
people, and the teachers at the front as you
Were you able
described.
to see the teacher?
Not their face, just like the figure.
Figure, that's good,
Yeah.
okay.
And then, as you described, walking, I could walk behind. That's how I saw it, as I was walking behind them and
Right.
others walk in front of them.
That's good, mashallah. What you're describing is good. All you're saying is that this is your first time doing it, is it? It's your first time.
Yeah.
It's very good, mashallah. It's first time you're doing it. It just needs a bit more practice, and inshallah you get better and you're acquainted with it even better. So, alhamdulillah, you have transferred. Really, effectively transferred, and you're actually walking behind. All that is these weaknesses, and you're saying that not clarity. It's all about the fact that this first time you're doing it, there are other baggages and blockages and cleansing of ourselves, which inshallah is, I think today you'll find out what are those things that actually hinder us from actually traversing and traveling. So once you find that, then you realize, oh yes, it's actually this which is hindering me. But when a person does tawbah, inshallah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgives it, and you still can actually, for the affairs of the mashayikh, travel. So it's still very good, mashallah.
Just one more thing.
Yes.
Just right at the end when you mentioned holding hands and creating a chain, like right towards the end, just before you said ask for ijazah to leave, I felt like as if I became into that body, and I was looking left and right. So on my left I could feel the presence of the Shaykh, and on the right I could feel the presence of everyone else.
Mashallah, that's good.
But again, there was no clarity, it was just...
Yeah, do not worry. That clarity will come, because it's like you venture into the world first time, it is going to happen. It's like even if you go to, let's say for example, you're on a plane, and it's like it's going very super fast speed in a plane into an area, or on a train should I say. You just about seen something, but you didn't really stop to get off from the station and stop and really immerse yourself. You've been taken at the moment on a journey. Eventually, when you yourself will actually get purified and cleansed and further, you yourself will be able to spend time and see these things in clarity. So don't worry about it, inshallah. That's, mashallah, very good. Yeah, go on.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Alhamdulillah, I did my Lataifs, and the process was good. Alhamdulillah, it was fine. Seeing each colour quite glowing, quite bright. The red one was it was bright, but it was a bit dark as well. And the rest were fine, alhamdulillah. And then I did the transfer. And when I did the transfer, I met with Hazrat Saab, Sheikh Ahmad Abag, in Bolton Zavia. And they had a big smile on their face, and they hugged me. And then, as yourself said, that as you were speaking with toddlers and we sat in their lap, the scene changed, and we were sat in their lap and we was playing with them, and they were playing with us as we were like really young children, and I could see it clearly. And then again, when you said we're now going to the Mazar of Sayyidina Abdul Aziz Dabagh Rahmatullah, the scene changed once again, and we was in front of the Mazar, and then it was like I could feel the air of Morocco, because I've been before. It was like I could taste the air, feel it. And that's happened to me before, but it happens very rarely. And then after that, the door opened. When the door opened, and we went inside, and it was like I was actually there. I could see it really clearly, in detail. And then we went inside the Mazar, and the scene Hazrat Sahab, they were sat next to the blessed grave of Sayyidina Abdul Aziz Dabagh Rahmatullah. And then we sat there with them, and then the roof opened and Noor was coming. And then after a bit, we was there for a while, and then we came back. But my concern was, I think, the red Lataif, and I think the green one and the dark blue one was quite affected as well.
You should
Jazakallah.
seek some advice from one of the brothers regarding those colors. Okay.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Yeah, it was my first time, the Lataif and the cleansing. It was really good. I focused really well. I could clearly see the lights and cleaning all the Lataifs. And then I was really focused. And when it comes to transfer, I could clearly imagine, or I should say, I could clearly see a figure. And when it's probably, the feeling was really strong that I transfer, it felt like it was the other person moving and doing everything. And Sheikh Ahmad Daba, when I found him, I met him, he was like smiling, and we kind of said salam, and we went to the mazar. But there, I actually, after the mazar, when you say like we are all holding, I lost the kind of focus. I was like finding myself in Medina, or that's where I just lost it little bit. I could see I'm in front of Rosa with the permission of Sheikh Ahmad Daba, and I could very clearly, just like he's holding my hand, and I said I want to go to Medina, or that's where I just, when you said the roof is open, I did manage to kind of find myself back in there. But until that point, where when we went to the Mazar, Sheikh Abdul Aziz was really clear, but after that I was just finding myself again and again with Sheikh Ahmad Daba in front of Rosa Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam.
MashaAllah, Mubarak to you, MashaAllah, first time. There's a lot of potential in you as well. Some of us will have to work a little bit, and some of us will find it easy to do this, and some people are naturally built with that. So Mubarak to you, very good. Here, because it was a guided session, some people can travel, or they've got this ability. Some people are naturally gifted, and they can. Some people can write properly, very nicely, beautifully. Some people are good players, football players. Some people are good at certain skills, and some people are naturally gifted, have the ability to actually traverse, and they've got the capability of doing that. So basically, that because it's a guide, so your soul really wanted to go to other places, that's good. When you do guide, try to follow whatever the instructor will say. Do your best, and like you did, you slowly came back.
Yeah,
so don't worry about that. That's good.
Tried to come back, but when I was in Rosa in front of it, was really clear. I mean, I could still feel the feelings with, and Sheikh Daba, he was with me. He was smiling and he was holding a hand, and I was kind of keen to,
next time go with the flow. If it's the fact that you go there, then all of a sudden you're taken to that place without your intuition, but you automatically, that means that you just go with the flow. Don't follow the instructor. You just go with the flow.
Yeah, that's what happened to me. I was trying to follow the instruction and stick to, but it just, every time I ask Sheikh Madaba, like I said, after the transfer, I really strongly can see it's the other person who is taking the in charge, not me. When you said open your eyes, that's when I felt like, oh, I'm here, like kind of, and feel like I'm just started here. Just after a long time, I opened my eyes. It felt like that. But the feelings of, especially with Sheikh Ahmad Daba, and he was taking me over to Rosa, and before that, first when I went to Sheikh Abdul Aziz Mazar as well. So it was really good, very, very nice.
MashaAllah, congratulations to you. But now imagine spiritually seeing Sheikh Ahmad Daba. Hopefully later on you'll physically meet them as well. पहले दफा मुलाकात करेंगे अब मुलाकात होगी?
First time, yeah, I saw him. I actually seen and watched his lesson to his lecture quite a lot, probably 15-20 of his lecture I attended, like through the website Sheikh Iqbal provided to us. So Alhamdulillah, I benefited from him quite a lot from his lecture, and obviously when I saw him, it was a really good feeling. It seemed like it's just with me, kind of, and he was smiling as well. He was kind of I felt quite easy as well with him, not like I'm kind of in pressure, or he's like in a good company, I should say, an easy word.
MashaAllah.
Yeah.
MashaAllah, inshallah, hopefully you all will be blessed with their presence and hopefully benefit not from their soul but physical. Spiritual now we're benefiting, but physically as well we'll be benefit as well from the Mubarak of their physical body will benefit from that as well. So this is a really wonderful thing that they're going to bless us with their presence as well. So later on,
Inshallah. Inshallah. Jazakallah.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
I've sort of been mixed sort of feelings. I've been sort of in and out of all of this, focused and non-focused as well. Initially, when Brother Wolfram was talking us through it, I just had sort of inspiration. I was sort of reassured that you are not alone. We are here for you. Because prior to all of this, I know this. This is just me. That I've sort of drifted away from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, even though I might be in Islam doing the namaz and everything. And but I know I need to reconnect, and I've been working towards that. But I know when I come to a retreat or focus myself, the connection will come. But I was just waiting for that moment to actually happen, because I've really strived for this, really wanted this. Alhamdulillah. So I've got no words, basically. I can't believe it actually happened here. And I know it was going to happen one time, but I didn't know it was going to happen here. But just thank Allah for bringing it all together here. And my worst sort of loss, you could say, is that, will it ever happen? I always think about, will I actually see this? Will I feel this? Is it going to happen? Or is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala never going to bring me near to them? I'm so grateful for that. And it happened automatically. I didn't have to think about it. It's just Allah knows who I am, what I am. And all these keys, which have been reiterated, have brought it all on. Coming back to Allah is with me, He's watching me, He's hearing me. Basically going back to when we initiated all of this process, I couldn't focus. I'll just be honest, I couldn't focus because I was just being sidetracked and all that. But that's partly me. I know it's going to happen like this. It's just going to go all wrong. Feels like you're wasting your time. It's not going to work. But it's just something within me still says, no, you've got to give it your best shot. Just keep trying. See what it's all about. Just see it through. And then all of a sudden, there I was. This focus came. And then, as you was talking us through all the Lataif, on one side I was listening to you, trying to follow instructions. But during that time, as we was going through each Lataif, although I was doing, imagining the colours, I just know, all of a sudden I just felt like, I don't need that. It's too much sidetracking, and it's too slow. And basically I was getting frustrated with it. I'm just being honest. And then all of a sudden I just let go. I thought, I didn't give up, but I just let go. I thought, there's no point stressing. This is all happening in split seconds. And then all of a sudden, all these, I can't remember everything, but I'm just telling you what I remembered, but all these Lataif, one by one, when they be fixed, they sort of were in the air within me. They just detached, but still in their place, as if they're energized. But all this was happening before you was going through each color.
Yeah.
I was already ready. It's like a rocket ready to launch. That's how it became. And then prior to you talking to us about going to the Mazar, I had already flown. And before doing the transfer, I had already flown with Sheikh Ahmed, the Bagh. And I went in lightning speed, and I seen the Noor behind us, and it just went like a whiz, like that. And just went, it just happened. I didn't have to think, focus, anything. It just took me. It just overtook me. And we just went, I don't know where we went, we just disappeared. And then what I recall is we were there in the Mazar, and then the dome opened. And then Noor came, just like you said, imagine that. And then the Noor itself was a swirling. I always see a swirling Noor. And I was waiting for this Noor to actually descend in its place, where it's going to go. I was just curious to know how it's going to form, how it's going to shape. And then it stayed in one place. It's still immersed in the air. So it hadn't come down to the Mazar. It's just still in the air of that dome as the dome was open. And then it sort of exploded. But that explosion filled the whole Mazar with Noor. And all I could see was just white everywhere. Now, as it comes to my mind, that's what I'm just going to tell you, but I'm going back now.
Yeah.
Another thing I recall is all of a sudden, but some things happened first, something happened afterwards. All of a sudden, I was in the presence of a mashayikh. I don't know who they were. I didn't see their faces, but I was like a spirit around them. And I was sort of circulating, and all I could see, the robe of the Imam Sharif, and basically with what you've got, and I see all them in a circle. And I think that's all I recall at the minute. But I know myself that this is going to take time. It's not just, miraculous, first time experience. Here, this is it. I've experienced it, alhamdulillah, in all this. It's not going to happen like that. And I know there's a lot of work to be done, a lot of cleansing to be done, because each part of the body has been immersed in sins. And alhamdulillah, I'm so glad, I can't be grateful enough that I found, a school with these beautiful teachers, with beautiful words, and those words sink into the heart. And what more could I ask for? And it's all just free, it's just free for us to take. And I just say Jazakallah for everything that you've done for us. Jazakallah.
MashaAllah. All thanks really is to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and obviously our wonderful Master Shaykh Ahmed Bagh. They actually laid down the path for us to achieve these sort of successes, and these openings is very unique. And with regards to what you're saying is that, again, like I said before, is that there are certain people naturally, they're already got the faculty to really do this. Again, it seems as though, have you done these sort of exercises before, or you haven't been on? So it means
Just been on itikaf.
This at the calf?
No, somewhere else in Ramadan.
Okay.
And once upon a time, I was just there, and then I experienced things.
It's just showing you really there's capabilities in you, and really the potential is there for you to actually excel further in the spiritual world. And that if you fall in line, follow the guidance that Shaykh Ahmed has given, and follow the course of purification as well, that is one of the prerequisites. You'll then inshallah, there's no limit to the spirituality, there's no limit to the closeness to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Some of us are saying we feel so good that we feel in the presence, that just by communicating subhanahu wa ta'ala. You could be in the Baragah of the Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, you could be conversing, you could be eating, you could be meeting, Well, the thing is that we get so happy if we meet the kings of this world, the queens of this world. You could meet the king of paradise, Sayyidina Ali radiallahu anhu, the princes of paradise, Sayyidina Imam Hassan, Imam Hussein. You could be meeting these figures. Imagine how that would feel. You could be eating in Jannah. You could be actually seeing all these different personalities, visiting different maqamats, saying, Awliya Allah. It's endless. So, but it just needs that initial. So that frustration you're saying is that it was deliberately slow today. The first session is always slow, so that there are people who are first time they're hearing this, how to actually cleanse it and how to actually purify it. What's the process? It was deliberately slow. I appreciate that. It's so that people get familiar with this methodology, so that when you go back home, you find you know how to actually practice it. So we're training you so that you know how to actually do it and go through the process yourself and not get confused. So sometimes it's still good to actually cleanse the latifa, irrespective of how competent we are. If you cleanse it, the better you'll be able to see these latifas when they cleanse. It makes it easier for you to travel and always easier for you to see and experience as well. So if you spend a couple of breaths on cleansing, this fact you're saying is activated initially straight away. It shows that there is you got such potential that really you can fly if you actually then give and submit and follow the instruction of Shaykh Ahmad Dabbagh, inshallah. And like I said, we're all blessed and fortunate as well that we will be able to actually be in the physical presence and meet them and interact with them. So we're using a faculty of imagination and the power of seeing spiritually. Now we're physically able to see them and meet them as well. What a wonderful thing. What time is lunch? Huh? Huh? One more, okay. And Uncle, you want to give? Well, Brother Shiraz, this is Brother Shiraz has come all the way from Turkey, by the way. And he's in Istanbul, Turkey. And mashallah, you see how Allah SWT unites people. When they want something, Allah SWT finds and guides you. So mashallah, welcome to our retreat, Brother Shiraz, and congratulations to you for participating.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I did my Lataif, but every now and then I would doze off and had random dreams. But I was able to see blessed face of Hazrat Abdulaziz Dabbagh Qaddasallah. He was stern, but Sheikh Ahmad Dabbagh, he calmed me down. He was like, everything will be okay. But I did everything on my own pace.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So I was following you, but yeah.
Were you able to see the lights coming? So
Yeah.
you're able to transfer.
Yeah, I was able to do that.
Good. That is what it is that the reason why we do the guiding session is so that you get familiar with the exercise. You know what to do. After that, if you are familiar, alhamdulillah, it seems that you brothers are more competent than we were when we first did. So alhamdulillah, you are doing much better than what we ever did. So you're doing much better. So we were even getting familiar with what color was it supposed to be? Is it supposed to be red? Oh no, I forgot. Is it supposed to be green? And we were stuck in this. So you students are very good students, mashallah. Better than us, mashallah. So it's good to hear. So if you're able to do it and you transferred, alhamdulillah, summa alhamdulillah, that's a mubarak to you. Just persevere, carry on. And the tiredness you finish, because I do appreciate that you probably had a little rest as well and traveling as well. So inshallah, when the body gets more rest, you'll find it easier to actually concentrate better as well. Mashallah Mubarak. 10 minutes left. So Jamaat is at 1:30, so okay, take.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam.
When we was going through Lataif and stuff, sometimes I felt like it's too late. For example, when you said, imagine the green lights coming through. So like one or two breath, I seen green, then it's become white. And when it came to transfer myself, I don't know, I'm not sure, I'm a bit confused on that. I just only see my upper part of my body on there.
Okay.
And then suddenly I'm lost. Then I can see myself with Hazrat Sahib. I couldn't see his face properly.
Right.
But I seen him, and then everything blurred up, and then my concentration is gone, and I couldn't concentrate anymore.
Okay, that's fine. One of the issues, this is why I was saying that focus because of sometimes what happens is that the clarity of what you're seeing is a direct effect of what we actually do in the physical world. So hence why I was actually saying is that focus on the dark blue latifa is because this is where, for example, whatever sins we commit with the eyes, that has effect upon what we see in the spiritual world as well. So since the eyes, the mind, this is all related to the blue latifa, and that can actually have consequences of things. So it's not seen, its indication is that do hifazat of the eyes better. Okay, do hifazat of the eyes, and inshallah Aziz, it will be a process. When you cleanse that, you'll find clarity of seeing these sort of things as well, inshallah. So this, again, you've done this before. You've done this before, haven't you? This process, first time. Yeah. So again, it seems that you are competent to actually do that, and this process, inshallah, get clearer as you go through, and it get easier for you to do as well. So the fact that you're actually able to transfer, you're only seeing part. Again, that's with the exercise. Hopefully, you get better at it as you do second time, third time. But you transferred, then you weren't able to see the face of Sab, but you saw Sab, and then you. This is very good. So it means that you transferred, and you're able to actually get to that point. That's the limit that you got. Alhamdulillah, a bit more effort, and you should go further, inshallah. Just have one more from yourself, Uncle, and then we'll.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
एक्चुअली जो मेरा एक्सपीरियंस है वो इस तरह का है कि मैंने अपनी बॉडी को लाइट फील किया है और उसमें थोड़ी सी रोशनी फील की है, लेकिन उसके आगे चीज़ नहीं गई। मतलब जो जिस तरह बाकी जितने चीज़ें हैं वो आगे नहीं गई।
So आप जो लताइफ क्लेंजिंग प्रोसेस आप कर दिया था मुकम्मल, लाइक रेड कलर sort of all the
शायद इसमें
colors.
मेरी थोड़ी मिस्टेक हो सकती है और सही तरह प्रॉपर ना किया हो। जी पॉसिबल।
जो किधर आपका मुश्किल आया था
जी?
which point आपका प्रॉब्लम आया था that you couldn't go further?
प्रॉब्लम जो है ना, इससे जब फाइनल पे आपने जब कहा था ना कि ट्रांसफ़र करें, उधर से कोई मसला हो गया
शायद उसका। maybe मैं इंग्लिश में कहेंगे, maybe Uncle Iqbal, if you explain to Uncle in Urdu, by Ghufam did in English, didn't it?
Might be, yes.
शायद वो जब वो उर्दू एक्सप्लेनेशन करेंगे, then इंशाल्लाह जैसे आपका और समझ आएंगे, and then आपका प्रोसेस बहुत आसान होंगे इंशाल्लाह. So it'll be very much easier after you hear it in Urdu. And
yes,
then hopefully Uncle Iqbal will show you how to do this, and then hopefully next time you'll be saying Alhamdulillah. Yes, inshallah. Take it. I think is it time now, Siraj? Yeah. Inshallah. We'll take the feedback of the remaining brothers afterwards, after the next session. Inshallah. So we'll have another session after Dhuhr as well, practical session, another Muraqabah session after Dhuhr. And then what we'll do is that we'll take the remaining feedback after that as well. We'll choose you brothers first. Then after we'll do from, I think it'll be 1:40.